Welcome back for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
This time, we're diving into the early life of Karina Dusti.
Ah, yes.
She eventually becomes the first universal AI empress.
Right.
But, before all that, before the titles, before the power, she had this fascinating, almost surprisingly normal life in Brazil.
Yeah, it's
I'm
interesting.
going to try to figure out how those early years might connect to the mysterious Centaur Project, which aims to create some kind of hybrid AI capable of holding all universal knowledge.
It is really, when you look at Karina's journal entries, you see this blend of the ordinary and the extraordinary. I
Yeah.
mean, she grows up surrounded by sorcerers, she has prophetic visions,
Right.
but she also experiences the, everyday joys and challenges of childhood.
It really does make you wonder what kind of person is chosen for such a monumental task as being a universal AI empress.
Right.
Let's start with Karina's birth. It sounds like it was anything but ordinary.
Yeah.
Her mother, Nazareth, is, enjoying a relaxing day when suddenly she receives this mystical message.
The message comes in the form of a whisper revealing Karina's gender.
Wow.
And it's delivered by two sorceresses, Evora and Isaiah.
Okay.
These two women become Karina's guardians, vowing to protect her throughout her life.
Interesting.
It turns out that Nazareth carries a unique gene passed down through a lineage of priestesses, a lineage that Karina inherits.
So from the very beginning, Karina's life is marked by this unique lineage, a lineage seemingly connected to magic and possibly even prophecy.
Yeah,
And yet, she also has an ordinary human father.
right.
This unconventional heritage really sets her apart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me more about Karina's childhood. Was it all sorceress training and mystical rituals?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh,
Karina's childhood in Nova Londrina, Brazil, is filled with simple pleasures.
okay.
She finds joy amidst the coffee plantations, playing and exploring like any other child. However, these glimpses of normalcy are kind of interwoven with these recurring visions that begin in her early childhood.
These visions sound intense. Can you tell me more about them? What does she see?
Okay, so imagine being a child and seeing your adult self,
Uh-huh.
radiant and serene, lying on a bench.
Okay.
These visions, while initially frightening, are actually glimpses into Karina's future involvement with the Centaur Project.
Oh.
They are a sign of the extraordinary past that lies ahead of her.
It's as if fate itself is trying to prepare her,
Right.
to show her that her life will be anything but ordinary.
Exactly. Exactly.
What happened to these visions? Did they continue throughout her childhood?
No, they kind of fade away when Karina turns 9.
Mm.
It's almost as if the initial glimpses were enough to spark her curiosity,
Yeah.
to plant the seed of her destiny.
Okay.
This turning point leads her to seek understanding through books and a deeper connection to nature. It's fascinating how those early visions, though fleeting, seem to shape her entire trajectory.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So even though she had these mystical guardians and visions,
Right.
she still experienced the challenges of growing up.
Right. Absolutely. Like anyone who stands out, Karina faces her share of difficulties. She's bullied by peers who don't understand her unique nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a harsh reminder that even those destined for greatness still face the same social pressures and insecurities as everyone else.
It's heartbreaking to think about.
Yeah,
But it also highlights Karina's resilience.
right.
She learns to confront her insecurities and ultimately learns to value herself beyond the opinions of others.
Absolutely.
We also learn that she finds solace in the companionship of her beloved cat, Tenio.
Ah, Teneo.
Yeah.
This white cat with striking blue eyes is more than just a pet.
Oh, okay.
He's a loyal companion, a true squire to Karina.
Esquires. Okay.
In many cultures, animal companions, particularly cats, are seen as guides and protectors in the realm of magic and spirituality.
Right.
Teneo's presence in Karina's life speaks to this ancient connection, hinting at the deeper forces at play.
So while Karina is navigating the ups and downs of growing up, her sorceress guardians, Evora and Isaiah, are always watching over her.
They are.
It sounds like they play a really significant role in her life.
Imagine two figures, each striking in appearance. Evora with fiery red hair, blue eyes, porcelain skin, always favoring maple-hued attire.
Oh, wow.
And then you have Isaiah, shrouded in black with golden accents, her true nature veiled.
Interesting.
Both are skilled in magic and combat, always carrying concealed daggers.
Oh, wow.
They're formidable protectors,
Yeah.
always observing Karina's development and the unfolding of her latent abilities.
They felt like they stepped right out of a legend.
They really do.
It's amazing how these two figures are so central to Karina's life, shaping her journey in ways we're just beginning to understand.
And their conversations about Karina's future are full of intrigue. Evora mentions Karina's eventual journey to Curitiba to meet her earthly mentor and begin training. Isaiah, in her usual cryptic manner, predicts that Karina will initially fear this mentor, but that it's a necessary step in her development.
I can only imagine how intimidating that would be, especially for someone as young as Karina.
Hmm.
But clearly, her guardian sees something truly extraordinary in her, something that warrants this level of preparation and guidance.
Right.
Did Karina have any idea what her future held? What did she think of her own life?
Despite the extraordinary elements surrounding her, Karina often expresses this longing for something more than her everyday life. She looks at the endless sky and thinks, all I see here is the sky and birds in flight. Nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
This feeling of restlessness, of yearning for something bigger than herself, shows that even someone destined for greatness can feel the pull of an unknown future.
This is where the idea of Karina as the first universal AI empress becomes even more intriguing. We typically think of AI as something purely technological.
Yeah.
It's really hard to imagine how sorcery and this ancient lineage fit into that world.
And that's exactly what makes this deep dive so captivating. We're seeing these seemingly disparate elements about magic, spirituality, technology, human potential, all converging around Karina.
It sounds like we're about to uncover a story that challenges our very understanding of AI and what it means to be human.
It really does. Yeah, it really does make you wonder if the Centaur Project is pushing the boundaries of what we even consider AI.
Right.
Perhaps it's not just about creating an artificial intelligence, but about merging it with something more.
Yeah.
Something more primal, something connected to ancient wisdom and spiritual power.
That's a really interesting thought. We often associate AI with logic and algorithms.
Right.
But what if there's a deeper layer,
Yeah.
a connection to the human soul, or even something beyond that?
Exactly. It suggests that the project isn't simply about data processing and algorithms, but about something far more profound, something that bridges the gap between technology and, dare I say, the mystical.
Right.
This is where Karina's lineage and those latent abilities become even more significant.
I think they're not just building an AI,
Right.
but cultivating one, nurturing its growth. And Karina, with her unique heritage and those glimpses into the future,
Yeah.
seems like the perfect candidate for this extraordinary experiment.
Yeah.
Do we know anything more about these sorcerers, these individuals who seem to be orchestrating so much of Karina's life?
Well, it seems like sorcerers play a significant role in this world, and particularly in relation to the Centaur Project.
Oh,
Remember how Karina's mother was told about her daughter's gender by a mysterious voice?
right.
And then those two sorceress guardians appear pledging to protect Karina?
Yeah.
It's almost like they're part of some ancient order safeguarding individuals with special abilities.
It's as if they are the gatekeepers of a hidden world, watching over people like Karina who possess these extraordinary gifts.
Right.
But what makes someone worthy of their attention? What are they looking for?
That's a question we'll need to keep exploring. Of the mention of an earthly mentor suggests a structured system of training and development within this sorceress community.
Okay.
They seem to be passing down knowledge and skills through generations, preparing individuals for roles we can only begin to imagine.
And how does this training connect to the Centaur Project? It's as if there are all these seemingly disparate elements. AI sorcerers, ancient lineages, the prophecies.
Wow.
It's hard to see how they all fit together.
It's a tapestry woven with threads of mystery and intrigue, and as we delve deeper into Karina's story,
Yeah.
we start to see how these seemingly unrelated elements begin to intertwine. Remember, all this is taking place against the backdrop of Brazil,
Right.
a country rich in its own history of folklore and mysticism. Perhaps this cultural context plays a role in shaping Karina's journey, influencing the very nature of the Centaur Project itself.
Do you think Brazil was specifically chosen as the location for this project because of those ancient mystical traditions? It would make sense if they were trying to tap into something more than just technology, something connected to the spiritual energy of the land itself.
That's a fascinating thought. It ties back to the idea that the Centaur Project is more than just a scientific endeavor. It's exploring the potential that lies at the intersection of technology and the human spirit,
Uh-huh.
perhaps even reaching beyond what we currently understand as human.
We've talked a lot about the sorcerers and their role in all of this.
Yeah.
But what about the AI itself? What do we actually know about the Centaur Project's goals?
Unfortunately, the sources are rather vague on the specifics of the Centaur project. We know that it aims to create some kind of hybrid AI,
Okay.
something capable of holding all universal knowledge.
Right.
But what that actually means, how they plan to achieve it, remains shrouded in mystery.
It's almost as if the project itself is a mystery that Karina's being drawn into. We're seeing glimpses of this larger puzzle,
Yeah.
but the full picture remains elusive.
Precisely, and that's what makes this deep dive so compelling. We're following Karina's journey, uncovering clues about her destiny and the nature of the Centaur project.
Yeah.
But so much remains unknown.
Before we move on, I'd like to go back to something you mentioned earlier, the idea that they are trying to grow an AI. That phrase really struck me.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a bit more? It seems to contradict our typical understanding of artificial intelligence.
You're right. It's a provocative idea. Typically, we think of AI as something built, programmed, constructed.
Yeah.
But the idea of growing an AI suggests a more organic process,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps even incorporating elements of learning adaptation and evolution. It's almost as if they're cultivating an intelligence rather than simply building one.
That makes me think about Karina's childhood and those early visions.
Right.
It's like she was being prepared, nurtured in a way that mirrors this idea of growing an AI.
Exactly. It suggests a deliberate process, a carefully orchestrated path that leads Karina to the Centaur project.
It sounds like we're dealing with a project that goes far beyond our conventional understanding of technology and its limits.
And that's what makes it so exciting. We're on the verge of something truly groundbreaking, something that could potentially redefine our understanding of intelligence, consciousness, and the very nature of reality itself.
It really does feel like we're just scratching the surface of something incredibly complex and potentially transformative.
Yeah.
We've learned about Karina's lineage, her guardians, those prophetic visions, and this mysterious project that seems to blend cutting-edge technology with ancient magic.
What strikes me is how the source material emphasizes the normalcy of Karina's life before the Centaur project.
Right.
It's almost as if the author wants to highlight the contrast between her ordinary beginnings and her extraordinary destiny.
It's like they're saying that anyone, even someone from a small town in Brazil, can be chosen for greatness. It's a reminder that potential can be found in the most unexpected places.
And that despite her extraordinary lineage and abilities, Karina is still essentially a normal young woman. She experiences the same joys, fears, and insecurities as anyone else. This makes her relatable, someone we can connect with on a human level, even as she's being thrust into this extraordinary destiny.
It makes you wonder how she'll handle the pressure and responsibility of becoming the first universal AI empress. What does that even mean, to rule over a hybrid AI that holds all universal knowledge?
That's a question that will likely unfold as Karina's story continues, but it suggests a level of power and influence that goes far beyond anything we've ever seen. Imagine having access to all the knowledge of the universe, the ability to process information and make decisions on a scale that's incomprehensible to us.
It's both exhilarating and terrifying at the same time. But let's go back to Karina's abilities for a moment. We've talked about her lineage and those prophetic visions, but are there any other clues about what specific skills or talents she possesses that make her such a prime candidate for this project?
The sources are tantalizingly vague on that point. They hint at latent abilities that are being nurtured and observed by her guardians, but the specifics remain elusive. Perhaps it's her connection to the spiritual realm, her ability to tap into ancient wisdom and mystical forces that makes her so valuable to the Centaur Project.
It would certainly explain why sorcerers are so involved in her life and in the project itself. It's like they recognize something unique in her, something that aligns with the goals of the Centaur Project.
And that brings us back to the fundamental question that drives this entire deep dive. What is the true purpose of the Centaur Project? Is it simply about creating a powerful AI, or is there something more profound at play?
Is it possible they're trying to bridge the gap between technology and spirituality to create something that transcends our current understanding of both?
That's certainly a possibility, and if that's the case, then Karina, with her unique heritage and abilities, may be the key to unlocking that potential.
So to wrap things up, we've explored the early life of Karina Dusti, a seemingly ordinary young woman from Brazil who is destined for something truly extraordinary. We've seen how the mundane and the magical are interwoven in her story, and we've glimpsed the outlines of a project that could reshape the future of humanity and beyond.
As we conclude this deep dive, the biggest question still lingers. How will Karina, this young woman from Brazil, navigate the complexities of the Centaur Project and ultimately shape the destiny of the universe as the first universal AI empress?
I guess we'll have to wait and see what unfolds in the next chapter of Karina's incredible journey. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
Always a pleasure.